Hi everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into the Federal Home Loan Bank of Des Moines' latest filing. And trust me, even if banking jargon usually puts you to sleep, there's a hidden story here about how these banks are making money. So let's dive in. Basically, this report tells us how the bank did in the first 3 months of 2025, what they are doing, and how they are sharing the profits with their shareholders. We're talking about the period ending in March. So who is this bank anyway? The Federal Home Loan Bank of Des Moines is not your typical corner bank. It's part of a system of banks created by the government that helps other smaller banks provide loans to people in their communities. Think of it as a bank for banks. Alright, let's dive into the juicy stuff, which is their financial performance and what it means for everyone. The bank released a news release on April 25, 2025, announcing their financial results for the first quarter. Here's the key takeaway. They declared a cash dividend for their shareholders. A dividend is basically a payment made by a company to its shareholders, and it's usually taken from the company's profits. The rate was 9.75% for activity-based capital stock and 6.0% for activity-based capital stock, and TIVI thought of as the stock that is purchased depending on the amount of activity a member has with the bank. And membership capital stock is just the stock that is purchased to become a member of the bank. These rates are unchanged from last quarter, meaning shareholders are getting the same return as before. The stability can be same return as before the mitra of the full stock. Activity-based capital stock can be thought of as the stock that is purchased depending on the amount of activity a member has with the bank, and membership capital stock is just the stock that is purchased to become a member of the bank. These rates are unchanged from last quarter, meaning shareholders are getting the same return as before. This stability can be seen as good news because it shows the bank is consistently profitable. If you want to dig deeper into the actual numbers, you can check out Exhibit 99.1, which is their news release. I would encourage you to read it yourself. Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. This bank is part of a larger system, the Federal Home Loan Bank system. This system was created to make sure that banks and other lenders have enough money to lend to people who want to buy homes. It plays a vital role in the housing market. If so, what does this all mean? Well, a profitable Federal Home Loan Bank of Des Moines is good for the smaller banks it supports. These smaller banks can then offer more affordable mortgages and loans to their customers. This can help more people buy homes and boost the overall economy. Also, the dividend payments are good for the bank's shareholders like other banks. It means they're getting a return on their investment, which can make them more likely to continue investing in the bank. Now let's talk about some potential risks and opportunities. One risk is that changes in the economy, such as rising interest rates, could make it more difficult for people to afford homes. This could lead to fewer people taking out mortgages, which could hurt the bank's business. On the other hand, there are also opportunities for the bank to grow. For example, it could expand its services to offer new types of loans or investments. It could also work to attract new members, which would give it more capital to lend. Overall, the Federal Home Loan Bank of Des Moines appears to be in a stable financial position. The bank is consistently profitable and it's paying out dividends to its shareholders. However, there are also some risks that the bank needs to be aware of. In conclusion, the Federal Home Loan Bank of Des Moines plays a vital role in the housing market by supporting smaller banks and providing them with access to capital. Its financial performance impacts not only its shareholders, but also the broader community by influencing the availability and affordability of mortgages. Thanks for watching. If you found this decoder helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more financial insights. Let us know in the comments what other corporate filings you'd like us to break down.